Well, hi folks, 1st of July or 2nd or something like that. Lovely night, so I'll just give you a quick roundup, show you how the plot's progressed. And it really has progressed in the last, well, since I last did a video. I've had a bit of nice weather and stuff's really flown on, so I'll just give you a quick look round. Peas are absolutely brilliant this year. Plenty of flowers on, and I think I spotted a first pea there. So I should be getting some peas in maybe in the next week or two. But looking good. Hurst green shaft these are. Absolutely hanging with peas. They get so many flowers on. And because I do sow them quite thickly, you just end up getting tons. So yeah, chuff with those. This is my second lot of lettuce that I put in. I could do with a little bit of weeding in amongst it, but looking really good. I'll just show you the first lot. I should start eating these. I've been eating the ones in the Polytunnel before them, really. I'll just look at my beetroot. I haven't grown beetroot for years. Again, could do with a bit of a weeding, but looking all right. The banana shallots started to perk up a bit, so it won't be long. It'll only be about 4 weeks till they're harvested. It's about the end of July generally, which is good. And these are the first lettuces. Like I said, I should be eating them, but I've been eating the ones in the Polytunnel, so I always grow too many. These are the multi-grain ones. Really lovely, frilly ones. And then we've got some icebergs, just starting to form some hearts now. So they're looking good, they should be ready in about a week. And some little gem cos, which again, they're ready to go now. I'd rather take them small and let them all get too big, but yeah, lettuces are looking good. Onions all doing alright, starting to just slightly bulb up now, as you can see. So again, another sort of month, 6 weeks, and we should be getting some decent onions. These are the heat treated ones which don't go to seed, but as you can see there are 2 that have, but it's only 2 out of about 80, so it's not bad considering strange weather we've had at the start and then the really hot spell and back to cold and stuff. Garlic this year, I've never grown it as thickly at the base. Look at that, it's thicker than my thumb. So what's underneath I won't scrap about, but plenty of time left to grow. No rust or anything like that, so that's good. And the spring onions, I've been eating these, but they're absolutely fantastic if I can get out at the sun. These are the Ishikura ones. As you can see, they're more like there's more of a stem that you can eat, as opposed to the white Lisbon. If you look there, a lot smaller, and it's just usually the bottom inch you can eat. But these Ishikura, they look a bit like a leek, but they're really good spring onion, and like I said, you can eat a lot of the stem. So they're a really good one this year. I don't know why I've not grown them before, but I'll definitely grow them again. Well, that's the main bed, which is looking fine, absolutely fine. Potatoes, various sarpos, and a few pots of first earlies. Again, looking alright. Could do with a bit of water in even the pots when they're in the soil, because it has been quite dry lately. I've got one in a pot here that I didn't plant in the ground, so I can lift that up, and that feels quite dry. So that gives me a sort of judge of how much water I need. If I lift that one up and it feels light, then I can give the same to the ones outside. So these are my foxgloves, coming to an end now, but they've looked fantastic. So these are the outdoor carrots. So I've grown them exactly the same way as I grow them indoors, in the sand, in cores, and it's just an extra bonus crop for later on. Second lot of peas. I sowed these about 2 or 3 weeks later, so as you can see there's no flowers on these, so hopefully once the ones over there are finished they should start cropping, so I'll get like a continuous supply hopefully. That's the idea anyway. And look at that mare's tail, it's just gone absolutely bonkers. I keep chopping it off and that's about a week and it's just all back and it's on the move and it's doing my head in. Can't do anything about it, so it's a bit disappointing, but never mind. Worst things happen at sea. It's a bit of a shady bit. This is my gooseberry. Got some fair old goose gogs on it this year, some big nice size ones. Not quite ripe yet, but yeah, it's hanging with fruit. Let's get that one that's in the sun. Loads of fruit on this, so I'm happy with that. So I'll get a few pies out of these. And I've got some little plants here. These are the other ones, little ones. Not as big, but still be nice and tasty. So into the bit that I grew a lot of flowers in, and ta-da, we have flowers. Not a great selection yet, just a lot of Californian poppies and things, but it's looking alright. I think they're the Californian poppies. Don't know what that is, but it's a nice little flower. There's something here that looks like it's going to come out, and again I don't know what that'll be. Likewise this thing, because they were just random packets of seed that I put in. Presumably these are big poppies because there's some big heads coming. I think they're cornflowers. I like cornflowers, which should be a nice flower. But yeah, everything's growing well. It's a little bit patchy, but I just use pound shop flower seeds, but it's looking quite nice so far. A few more poppies, Californian, and these are the forget-me-nots. I knew these were forget-me-not weeds, so I left them in anyway because they're a flower. Nice little flower. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with that so far. So this is the kale and brassica bit. That's the kale. It's that bright I can hardly see. Which is doing well in the box, just to keep the butterflies off. Could probably start taking some of that now actually. It's quite early. And these are the red cabbages. I'll just try and get round to see if I can get a better view. They're doing quite well. Obviously not starting to heart up yet, but they're growing well. Not got any caterpillars on them thanks to these little protections. So they should be good. And the leeks that I planted, I don't know, when did I transplant those? I can't remember now. But they've all taken. I'll just nip over here. So they're happily chugging along in there. I've no need to fill the holes in, like I said. They're just getting filled in naturally with the soil when it rains. So that's this little bit. So everything seems to be growing fine. So finally into the polytunnel. I've not been up for 3 days, so everything will be absolutely bone dry in here. So it's watering time tonight. So that's my cucumber I've grown in a pot because I'm pretty sure the soil's got some disease. So obviously it's looking quite healthy because it's not in the soil. There are a few of the early potatoes that I grew, and if I lift that up that'll be bone dry, which it is. So they need a good flooding. Courgette plant now. Look, courgette's on already. So I can take a few of those. So that's the onslaught of courgettes for the next couple of months. I think this variety is called, oh, what's it called? Sorry, I forgot now. Anyway, right, the lettuces inside. These are the ones I've been taking, and I just grow too many lettuces. It's my own fault. These are the cos. They seem to grow a lot bigger inside in a different sort of shape, but nonetheless they are nice. Right, French beans. We've got some beans on. Where are we? We're just starting to get beans. So we've got loads of flowers, and they're growing up along the canes, and then when they get to the top, I'm just training them across. Try to do this with one hand. Along this beam here, so then we get another sort of crop going along that way, and one going along that way hopefully. As you can see, because otherwise they just keep growing up and up. But if I keep training them, tying them in with string, we'll get a bigger crop. Right, the carrots inside, even bigger than the ones outside, obviously. Really good, doing really well this year. So they're probably the best carrots I've ever grown, even though I'm not really entering any shows, but still, everything's looking well and happy. I plunked a couple of tomatoes in this bed in the soil, just to fill a bit of space up, and under this bit I'm going to plant some more French beans, just to try and get a second crop after the ones there are finished. The giant onions I've put to seed, now starting to form the little flower heads, so we should get some flowers on in a bit, big flowers, and then get those pollinated, and we should produce a few seed from the 10-pounders last year. So again, this bit needs a bit of a weeding. Another cucumber in the soil. I've never grown one in this soil, so this soil might be fine, so we're giving it a go. And these are those, sorry those aren't, these are those little cherry pearl chilies they call them, but the plants, they're just not growing. Look at them, tiny, so I'm not expecting much from those. Oh, another courgette plant with even more courgettes on. But I had a spare one and some spare ground, so we'll chuck it in. The giant stuff. Just looking at this parsnip, and there's something on it. Like a web on it. Web with caterpillars, which is strange. No idea what that is. We'll have to investigate. Anyway, I've got one there that's quite big, but what's underneath I don't know, and to be honest I'm not that bothered about it. So, finally, the onions. Hang on, I'll get around the other side. As I said before, I don't expect anything like the 10 pounders or anything. If I get a 2 pounder I'll be happy. But as you can see, starting to bulb up. Probably about 8 ounces now. Got some nice healthy looking leaves on. They're a really flat shaped onion. They're not a particularly nice shaped onion these, but we'll just see. We'll see how they get on and just see how heavy it is. They all need watering tonight. But we've got one there. Ooh, and another one there which is even flatter shaped. So we'll keep them growing. Like I said, if I get to £2 I'll be happy. It's just a bit of curiosity, just seeing if I can grow one to a reasonable size. So that's about it. Watering night tonight. Sweating like a pig in here because it's roasting. But so far so good. Everything's looking good. And we should be starting to crop properly in about a week. So that's about it folks. Quick roundup. 2nd of July. See you later.